never seen a rope. Pop out like the boogeyman, thought you seen a ghost. Yeah, I'm pressure, so impressive. Ain't no pressure, no pressure. Ain't no pressure, ain't no pressure. So impressive, yeah, I'm pressure.
Welcome back to the show, man. It's been a cool minute. I want to say it's probably been like a month now, or probably like 2-3 weeks since I went live. You know, man, I've been going through a lot of shit though. So, and this shit right here, YouTube, man, it's a uphill battle. If you don't know, if you just now get into YouTube or you trying to do YouTube, just understand this shit is nonstop and ain't no breaks, man. Um, But yeah, man, unfortunately for me, I just been going through a lot of stuff mentally. So I had to kind of step away for a little bit. But we back though. We back, man. Let's just go ahead and get into it. And since I've been away, I still been keeping up with what's been going on, and I've been seeing a lot of shit going on, especially with Jay-Z. Golly. It's bad out here for these dudes, man. But let's go ahead and get into the content. Make sure y'all go ahead and like, subscribe. Hold on. All right. Let's go. Or matter of fact, hold on. All right.
A lot of surprising names on here, but no name is more surprising than Jay-Z and Pusha T. Before we get this video started, if you're in need of some money and you really need to find a way to get your hands on some quick cash, there's...
Hold on real quick, y'all. Because first I got to make sure we on point with the comments. You know what I'm saying? All right, so hold on 1 second. What the hell is that? Let me make sure I charge these motherfucking headphones too. All right, let's get it.
There's an app called Free Cash where they pay you to test out video games. You click the link in my description or you scan my QR code to download the app. Once you download the app, you can choose the games you want to test out and they pay you to test it out. It's a really easy way to make a couple extra $100 a month. It is all transparent, it's trackable, it's not a scam, they really do pay you. So if you need the money, because the Epstein network was so vast that when the FBI arrested Epstein, for the most part, they thought they didn't even uncover 1% of the iceberg. So this tip line was opened up. Now, this tip line had a lot of accusations coming through. Unfortunately for Jay-Z and Pusha T, they both had allegations about themselves come through the tip line. In the case of Jay-Z, he's beyond cooked in the eyes of public perception because the victim came forward July 10th, 2019, 8:20 a.m. Eastern. On July 10th, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern, the particular victim called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others.
Damn.
Now, they provided the following information. So this essentially is like a transcript of what they provided. So they said in approximately 1994, there's a bunch of redaction. I'm assuming is victim names, et cetera, et cetera. So this got redacted, but she revealed herself to blank, which I'm assuming is like the call center employee that answered this call, as a past victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. She described the abuse occurred during parties. Now, we all know, a bunch of these abuse did happen at these parties, right? I think Jeffrey Epstein was known to throw these really like wild parties that had these like wild massages. I think like in like the first little piece of Epstein files that kind of got released like a couple years ago, we heard, like there were like midgets there, like there were like really, 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 really tiny people, like 4'9"
That's crazy
midgets,
work.
and like people
There we
indulged
go.
in that. Like it was Jeffrey Epstein apparently provided you with whatever your speed was. If your speed was dwarfs, he would provide you with dwarfs, okay? That's what went down at these parties, okay? So, yeah. So, apparently, she was brought to parties, and, she was the party favor for a bunch of weirdos and creeped. Redactions right here are very suspicious. So blank, so this is like the victim's name, further identified blank as a friend of blank. I'm assuming blank and blank are now minors. Blank and blank are people in high position of power. So she will claim that in approximately 1996, which is about 2 years after this whole nonsense began to happen, where she was being used as party favors at Epstein. Apparently, she resided with blank, which is I'm assuming like one of her like perpetrators in blank state. An unknown man abducted her from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. So she apparently lived at this residence with somebody I'm assuming is also a perpetrator, and they kidnapped her. They abducted her from that home, and she woke up to the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z, while Weinstein apparently had his fingers into, we can probably guess where he had his finger into. All right. Now, she believed that she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Now, she estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions. Now, hold on, man. 7? Awakened each time in an opulent indoor setting. She suffered from abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. She recalled that Leon Black.
Hey, this shit been these niggas, man, nasty. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Epstein, I seen a video where he was chasing a little girl around the room and bruh, I'm like, hold on now. This is crazy work.
And William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasion of abuse. In approximately 2006, she last recalled being abused by Epstein. Now, okay, so this started in 1994 and lasted to about 2006. I'm assuming at some point here she stopped being a minor, right? Yeah, like I'm assuming. Let's just say she was 14 in 1994. That would mean by 1998 she became 18, and this lasted until 2006.
My thing is, how are they even getting? I'm so used to looking at the camera right here because my other camera is doing some weird, so I gotta use my backup. But anyway, um, how are these youngers even getting like who's like the shame on their parents? Cause who's just letting them go with these grown men? Like that's crazy work to me. How are they even getting in? How are they even getting in these rooms? How are they even getting around these old ass men? These is old ass men. What's up, man?
Now,
Shout out to my mod, man. Spaghetti, man. It's been a long time, bro. Well, it ain't been that long, but it's been a long time though, man. Yeah, man. How to get my mental right, and plus my camera's been tripping and some more stuff. So, but whatever, man. We back. We back. Let's go.
I'm not questioning, whatever she went through as a minor. If she's being truthful about what happened here, is very unfortunate. But for this to last until 2006, like there's something very wrong with that picture from my perspective, to be honest. From her story, she didn't really list anything that Jay-Z did
Still saucy
specifically,
player.
but she
You
did
already
say that
know.
Harvey Weinstein, digitally penetrated her. But Jay-Z didn't.
Hey man, shout out for pulling up though, man. You always be pulling up and supporting, man. I appreciate that, bro. It don't go unnoticed. It definitely don't go unnoticed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having people like you pull up to the live, you know what I'm saying, on a regular, you feel me? Like that's like more motivation for me to keep going, because man, this shit'll get to you. I ain't gonna lie, it'll get to you.
Penetrated. Jay-Z was just present, which to me is just as bad, right? Like, if this alleged minor was abducted from her home, brought to an Epstein mansion, and it was you, Harvey Weinstein, and Epstein there, and this minor was enduring abuse in your presence, to me, you are just as guilty as whoever is doing the abuse. I don't distinguish the difference between the two. Whoever is there is just as guilty and equally as guilty. But again, this is just a tip, right? Now, however this tip was investigated, no charges were ever brought. Right, like as far as I know, Jay-Z was never brought for a subpoena, a deposition, nothing. And this particular tip didn't go anywhere. But because the tip came in about Epstein, it was included in the Epstein files. Fortunately for Pusha T, we can't say the same because she did list things that Pusha T did specifically. Now, it will continue and it will state on each occasion she believes she was drugged, clouded her memory. She attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers. Now, one of the handlers she would say would be Pusha T, because at the time, I would say Pusha T don't really belong in those rooms. Pusha T was not.
Yeah, like how is Pusha T even around those type of dudes, right? But then again, this is Rock Nation we talking about, and you know Rock Nation has political ties. They're they're around these type of people, these weirdos, right? But my thing is, how is a 14-year-old even allowed into those? How are they even attending those type of parties, bro? Don't you got school in the morning? Like this is crazy. But man, hey, that's the price of fame, right? A lot of these rappers, a lot of these dudes had to do something strange for a piece of change, man. They either getting ramsacked, and you know it. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta give me some more. I gotta give me some more sound bites. But a lot of these dudes is doing something strange for a piece of change, man. I don't put nothing past none of them, right? They going crazy, bro. And if they ain't doing that, they got to do something like out of pocket or something that the higher ups, the elites, can blackmail you about. Cause I'm pretty sure this has been well known amongst them, and now it's just coming out. Everything is just hitting the fan, man. It's 2026 is already. And you know what the crazy part about this is? They were already a lot of people was already speaking on Jay-Z doing some things that he ain't got no business doing. And now it seems like we just starting to see, man, it's all bad. All the top dogs is just crumbling. But hey, man, let's go.
A superstar. He was not a megastar. He wasn't somebody of importance. So if somebody like Pusha T was in those rooms, Pusha T would probably be the handler, right? The doughboy, the do boy, right? The store runner, right? Because Pusha T wasn't no megastar. Jay Z, I could understand Jay Z being in rooms with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Pusha T don't really fit in those rooms at all, bruh. That's like you seen Poetic Flacco in a room with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. You will say, what is this dirtball doing in this room? I'm probably the handler in that regard. Okay, so this story makes sense, to be honest. Again, I'm not saying Pusha is guilty of anything. I'm just saying Pusha role being in that room makes sense. Okay, now it will continue, and she will say among her handlers, she identified the artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, she attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in abuse. So now Pusha T went from being just a handler to now Pusha T was also engaging in the abuse. Now, she claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to the racketeering conducted in support of the trafficking. She further believed she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the abuse. She confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. She refused to provide her physical address, advising that she maintained no permanent address. Rather, she moved between staying at different hotels. So this was somebody who was homeless, which I don't know if that gives more credibility or takes it away.
Something ain't adding up about this though. It just that don't like. Maybe I'm not. Maybe because my head is all over the place. My bad, y'all. I'm like thinking my mind is going 1,000 miles per hour. So it's like I'm here, but I'm not here. But if I remember correctly, isn't she supposed to be 14 and she's homeless? So where did you find her? Like I don't know, man.
I'm not about to, like diminish the abuse just because of somebody right now, probably in a position that's unfavorable. Right? A lot of people see a homeless woman making these allegations and they'll probably say, crazy. I don't know, man. Now, what I would say, man, is Kanye West have been telling us for years that one of these dudes was on Epstein Island, that one of these dudes were involved with Epstein, but we just ain't been paying attention. This song wasn't dropped too long ago, right, on World War III version 2, Kanye West says, know some
I don't know why, bruh. I keep on looking out. I'm so used to having. That's how you know. I'm so used to having the camera right here. The camera is right here in my face, bruh. But that's crazy though because I believe, yay. It's called a World War III, man. Like, and ironically, he got a picture of Jay and Pusha T. Now, at some point, if everybody is saying the same thing because he's not the Kanye ain't the only one to say stuff about him. What's that other chick? I forgot her name. Jaguar, right? She spoke some things about him, and Nicki Minaj spoke on Jay-Z. At some point, these people ain't just crazy, bro. Everybody can't be lying. You know what I mean? Even though I'm pretty sure some people will throw a little extras on it. They put 20 on 10. Put paint where it ain't. But for the most part, though, I don't think these allegations are a lie, though. I feel like they definitely have truth to them. Cause it's like, why would you go on that island? I'm pretty sure you know what goes on these islands. Y'all know what goes on behind these closed doors.
ninjas that went to that island. Why the F would you go to that island? Now, Kanye West, has been around Pusha, has been around Jay-Z. They've been feuding for a little while now. One could probably only imagine that if he were to be talking about some dudes, he'll probably be talking about Pusha or Jay-Z, man. Listen, man, I'm just a messenger here, bruh. Hey, Rock Nation, all right, don't hurt me, bruh, all right? I'm just a YouTuber. I'm just reporting what I think could apply here. But we've been calling Kanye crazy for a while now, man. But the one thing we know is we didn't see allegations involving Kanye's name, man. Ain't that crazy? The one person we call crazy, we call a lunatic, we call bipolar, we say he belongs in a mental health institute. Somehow that person is the only person we don't see in these Epstein files. We don't see with nasty allegations towards his name. Now, Jay-Z to me, and here's why I think it's cooked, okay? Even though the allegations are unsubstantiated, because these are just, tips coming through a hotline. Fortunately for Jay, the world already wants to believe these allegations. So there's nothing Jay can do to really convince people that he's not guilty. Man, as soon as Jay-Z hit that B, bro, hit that billion, hip-hop got really suspicious of Jay-Z. And also, too, hip-hop getting suspicious of Jay-Z is for good reasons. Like, we seen how Jay-Z operated with the NFL, bro. We seen how Jay-Z sold out for $1. So we've already been very suspicious of Jay-Z. And Rock Nation right now is public enemy number one. And because people want to believe these rumors, they want to, believe this, they want this to be true, there's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince the public it's not. Sorry, bruh. All right. There's nothing. Jay-Z can come out and yell to the top of the moon and speak. There's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince us it's not true because the public wants to believe this is true. Now, Pusha T may have some saving grace here because Pusha T, for the most part, ain't somebody who's hated. And Pusha T ain't somebody who we are rooting against. And by we, I'm just saying.
Hey yo, what y'all think? I think Drake finna have a field day with this shit, boy. Drake finna have a field day with this, bro, because they was A minor and him to death, boy. And now, what's crazy about that as well? It's like you point the finger, it's three pointing back at you. It's a dirty game out here, man. And it's crazy how karma, like, all right, yeah, you was coming at me for me doing what I did, which we actually seen Drake kiss an underage girl on stage, granted. But then you got Pusha T though. Now he got allegations coming. This is even worse. I'm way worse. It's way worse. I need to get that soundbite too, man. But let's go.
The public. So Pusha T might have some action here. Jay-Z, don't even listen, man. You about to have 1,000 different reaction channels breaking down every photo Jay-Z ever took with Harvey Weinstein, any deals they ever made together, any movies they did together. They about to start breaking down body language. Oh, trust me, bro. Jay is overly cooked. It's over with. Now, when I surveyed the landscape, right, when I surveyed what people are currently thinking, I'll be real, it sounds like Jay-Z's cooked, bro. Because how people are treating these Epstein files, they're not treating these Epstein files as allegations. They're saying these Epstein files have been hidden for so long that whatever is on these files have to be truth, because why would they hide it for so long? So when your name is wrapped up in these files, kiss your public reputation goodbye, man. People believe these Epstein files are the gospel. And because they believe they're the gospel, bruh, it's... they believe you touch kids, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, man, I hate to be the one who talk. They believe you touch kids, bro. That's just a fact. All right. But y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this, right? Do y'all believe these allegations? Let me know, man. All right.
Now, do y'all believe the allegations though? Because that's a crazy. And then to be mentioned in the same sentence as Harvey Weinstein or Epstein or whatever their name is. I think it's Epstein and Weinstein. Damn, I didn't even realize that was two different people. But anyway, just to even be mentioned, you have your name mentioned in that same sentence with them two dudes, bro, that's a stain on your name, bro. Like, is it bad timing? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments, man. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. You know what I'm saying? We back to doing reactions. We back on it again, man. So hopefully y'all continue to rock with your boy. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm gone.
Seen a rope, pop out like the boogeyman. Thought you seen a ghost. Yeah, pressure, so impressive. Ain't no pressure, no pressure. Ain't no pressure. He's over here recording. Ain't no pressure.